Everybody, welcome to Continued Education. This is our first team round of Continued Education. So there's 8 classes in this series. So this is the first class tonight, which Zosha is leading. And I just wanted to introduce Zosha to everybody. The reason we firstly record the call is because there's a lot of people who obviously have busy lives. Maybe the time zone doesn't suit them. And we will actually put all of these classes into a package and send them out on demand for people so you can watch them whenever you want. So I'm glad you're here. We have people from all over the place at the moment coming in from Australia. Jen, how are you doing?
Hey.
England. Apple, where are you coming in from?
This is Marco and Aman from Bangkok.
There you are, guys.
Hi.
So nice to see you there. So we have quite a few places, and we have Sheila in Hanoi. I'm glad you're all here. So I want to introduce Zosha to you first of all, if you've not met Zosha. So Zosha comes with a wealth of experience and knowledge. Zosha is based in Hong Kong. Just so happened to be a friend of mine for about 25 years now. And I'm very excited that Zosha can lead the first class because she comes with this amazing amount of knowledge, and you're going to feel very comfortable in her hands. So make sure you jump in, ask any questions. This is class 1, like I mentioned. They'll be on each week, same time, same place on Zoom, 6:30 Hanoi time. And take it away, Zosh.
Thank you, dear Pete. Just following on from that, we have got, if you join every single week, we have got at the end of the 8 weeks, you will get a certification saying that you have done your 8 continuing ed sessions. So that's pretty exciting. So we can send you that little form that you tick off every time you do a class. And so welcome to the beginning of the journey. So my experience is that I am a integrative nutrition and health coach, and I have been in the the wellness industry for pretty much over 30 years. So it's been a passion for a long time, and the oils are an amazing tool that I use with my clients, with my family, and they've really helped so many people. And I'm very excited to take you to this next stage of your oil journey. The great thing about being in our team is that you get this free education, and that really is our job, is to teach you more about the oils and to get you feeling super, super comfortable. You know, when you first get those oils, they come in a little box. I'm going to show you my little BOGO box. And the most important thing is that sometimes what happens is we get so excited when we have our health consult with the person who introduces us. We're like, yes, 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 I'll order this kit and I'll order these oils. And then the oils come, and then you look at the box, you go like, oh, it's so exciting. And then you open the box up and all your oils are stuck inside here. And sometimes you get busy and you put your oils somewhere, like in the back of a cupboard or something like that. You must get your oils out. You must use them. And that's what tonight is really about, is to get those oils out of your box and to really start using them every single day, because we are about creating healthy habits. And that's when the oils will work. They're not going to do any good when they're sitting in the cupboard. You have to use them every day, and you have to get them out and experience them and love them like we do. So let's get cracking. I'm going to share my screen with you very quickly. Okay, perfect. And please, at any point in time, if you want to ask a question or you have a comment or a testimonial that you're dying to tell us about, please, 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 maybe just put it in the chat. And my assistant, Pete Wilkes, he will tell me about the question, and then we can discuss it. Okay. So the first thing, actually, before I do that, the first thing, just a little bit of housekeeping, is once you get those oils out of their little boxes, I think one of the best things to do straight away is to get them out and to put these little stickers on them. you've all got, hopefully got these little stickers, and you put those stickers on the top, and that stops you from having to constantly be scurrying around when you need to use the oils. I got a fantastic box when I bought the oils, and the box is beautiful, but the oils sit like this. So if you haven't got labels on the top, you're constantly lifting the oils out to see what oil you actually have. So do that first. That's a really, really important thing. And then take them out and put them where you need to use them. So for example, if I've bought oils that are suited for sleeping, I put them next to my bed. If I've got oils or supplements that I need to use in the mornings, I have them close to in my kitchen and close to where I can access them as easily as possible. So I'm sure most of you have done that. If you haven't got those little sticky labels, you can actually order them on your order form once a month. Very easy. They're super, super cheap. I think they're like $50 Hong Kong, maybe even a little bit less. So the first thing I want to chat tonight about is, obviously you bought your oils for a reason, yeah? And sometimes we forget, right? The oils come, you get them out, you use them here, you might do a little bit of something on Facebook and you get carried away. And sometimes you might just forget exactly why you bought, or why did you connect with doTERRA. The 3 reasons why I purchased doTERRA for me personally was my son suffered from like a nasal drip, very, very congested all the time, we have got a cat, very fluffy cat, but you know, the doctor said it's dust. And so that was number 1 for me, is for him to stop sneezing and to wake up in the morning and feel not congested. So that was number 1 for me. The second thing, my kids had these nasty little water warts, this virus that the doctor told me would last 6 to 12 months and couldn't give me a solution. So I was desperate to find something natural in which to fight those little nasties. And then the third one was, for me personally, was to help me with my adrenal fatigue. I had glandular fever a long time ago, lots of stomach problems, and pretty much shot my adrenals. So I was looking to the oils to help me in gaining energy again. So just have a little moment and just think about why you actually purchased doTERRA in the first place, right? Just quickly jot down your 3 reasons. I'm going to call on somebody. Sheila, what were your 3 reasons for purchasing doTERRA?
Okay. First of all, I am so stressed with my job, and I always watch on TV about, this is just like accidentally. I run through a channel and then it's about essential oil, and there's this person that has been sick for a long time and he keep on going to the doctor. It's never been cured. So somebody introduced not doTERRA, but a different product, so essential oil. And then I saw some posts on Facebook, and then I got interested, and then I tried. So that's one reason. Second reason is that my son, he's also having he's allergic to dust, just like your experience. So yeah, I also get encouraged because of that. And lastly, was that actually I also have stomach problem. And another thing is that, I believe that essential oils make you feel beautiful and look beautiful. So I want to feel beautiful, and look beautiful. So yeah, that's the reason why I have my oils now.
I love that reason. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's interesting. I think as well, when you first start with doTERRA, there's so many, you'll have your own personal reasons, and then you'll start using oils. You may have bought a starter kit with 10 oils. So sometimes you might get a little bit distracted because there's all these other oils that you really have no idea what to do with them and how to use them. And I think what's important is to keep going back to what is it that I need these oils for? And then take it as a journey. It takes time to understand what each oil does. If we were to do education on every single oil, we would be here for years because there's so many oils. So the most important thing is to not get overwhelmed, because you are going on a journey. It might take you, now for me, it's been 2 years and I still feel like I haven't even scratched the surface. Like there might be an oil that I got for a free, in a BOGO or something like that I haven't touched. And then suddenly one day I realized, oh, that's my favorite oil because it does this. And it's like everything else that we have in, you know, in life. There is not one size fits all. So you might find that a particular oil has been fantastic for you, and then you might suggest it to somebody and they might need a little different variation. So for you, there is so much to learn in this avenue. And I just want to show you so that you don't feel that, you know, you have to learn everything at once. There are some amazing resources that you can use. I've just put up a couple of websites that we love. TheOilLife.com. There's lots of great books on that website, plus some really great oil supplies, which are super on there. And we'll talk about some of those a little bit later. This is one of Pete's favorite, the Symphony of Cells, which goes through a little bit deeper the chemistry. So if you're a bit scientific like we are, I always need to know why. I'm not good enough if somebody just tells me what it is. I need to know exactly what's going on. So that's a great website for that. Another great book for the aromatherapy is Emotions and Essential Oils, actually a doTERRA book. I love the Essential Life app. So have that. You can either look at that after tonight's call. And that's something that you can just keep on your phone. I often just pop so many different variations. If somebody says something to me at blood pressure, I just pop it into the app and I just see. Sometimes it gives you 5 oils. So that can be quite, you know, overwhelming because you think, well, which oil do I choose? How do I know which oil works the best? And my advice to you is to come back to us. Come back. We are your team and we have great Facebook pages. We are your network, and so that you can look up and you can call us, you can text us, whatever, to just say, hey, what do you suggest? And also on a lot of the Facebook pages, we have Team OYL, we have Nourished by Pete, we've got my page, whoever introduced you has also probably got their page. So reach out to us. We are here to support you. Any questions on any of those apps? No. Okay, so let's have a look now. I just want you to have a look at some of we call this the foundation. So if you have a look at some of these here, we have the Lifelong Vitality, Terrazyme, PB Assist, Lemon, and Frankincense. So circle if any of your pack or if any of you have got any of these, because these are an awesome way to begin with doTERRA, even if it's just lemon. I mean, I think lemon is an amazing oil that can not only help you within in your system, but also can help your entire home and your whole lifestyle. So even just starting simply with lemon is amazing. But let's have a look at something a little bit more substantial, like the Lifelong Vitality supplements, which, you know, often when I coach clients in regard to nutrition and changing their habits, I can never go past basic foundation like food, water, and sleep. They're my 3 most important things. You know, you can have, if you've got a really terrible diet, an oil is not going to save your life. However, a good supplement might be a really great start. And a lot of people come to me and say, I'm exhausted. A lot of women come to me and say they're exhausted. And often I think, well, stress is number 1, sleep is another thing, but actually general nutrition, what you're getting into your system. And we might think we're getting everything we want from our food, but sadly, it's not as easy as that. And so the Lifelong Vitality supplements are an amazing combination of cellular support, as well as like a really good multivitamin and also omega-3s. Now, in my wellness life, I don't want to say have gone through lots of supplements, but I have definitely researched so many. And I must say that when I first joined, Pete said to me, Pete, I don't know if you remember this, Pete said to me, you really need to get the Lifelong Vitality supplements. And I was like, yeah. I've got a cupboard full of vitamins. I don't know, I'm sure you remember this, Pete. I've got a cupboard full of vitamins. I've already spent a fortune. I've been doing work with the doctor who was doing genetic testing. So I, bought into all of his products, and, he had like 15, 20 supplements. I'm not exaggerating, that I had to take daily for stomach. And I kept saying to him, you need to simplify this because this is difficult for people to take. So I ignored my dear friend Pete for quite a while. And then slowly I started researching individual vitamins and nutrients. And it was quite interesting when I then backed it up and looked at what was in the Lifelong Vitality supplements. I was pleasantly surprised to see some of these ingredients in there. And I'm just sneakily going to tell you about one, quercetin, which is a really incredible antioxidant. That there's a lot of research being done on this at the moment. I'm not going to say the dreaded word that I'm not allowed to say, but there's some very interesting research done on immunity and fighting infections with this particular compound, and it is in the cellular repair. So I can really back up the Lifelong Vitality supplements. Then the next one I want to tell you about is Terrazyme. I was going to show you a little box of it, but it's downstairs. The Terrazyme is a digestive enzyme, and the great thing about digestive enzymes is that we often think, that if we get an upset stomach, we think, oh, I've eaten the wrong food, or maybe the food was off. That's a regular thing that I get with my clients. They say to me, I must have eaten something dodgy, or maybe I got gastro. But actually, a lot of the times is they haven't got the right acid, stomach acid, or they haven't got the right enzymes. So the food is undigested. And that means that then you're not able to firstly take out the best things from that food, and you're not breaking down that food to be absorbed. And I think Terrazyme is super, super. I can tell you 20 stories of clients who have had dramatic changes with Terrazyme. You take 2 or 3, or 1 or 2 to 3 tablets before you eat, and it really helps to break down the food. Amazing, which is why when you go to order it, only 1 allowed per household. Just telling you that. Be careful, hang on to them tightly when you buy them. Probiotics, for most people, we understand how important probiotics are. And I think, this is another topic that I could talk about, gut health, for a week. So I'm going to be super quick, but the PB Assist is an amazing probiotic because it is micro-encapsulated, which means it has a coating on it that doesn't just get broken down by the stomach. So a lot of probiotics are broken down in the stomach, but that's often not where that probiotic is needed. It needs to go much, much deeper down, particularly down to the lower intestine. And so your PB Assist, they look like little aliens. They're fabulous. Great. I'm so excited because both of my children are now able to swallow these capsules. So I have a little, dance whenever they take their probiotics. Lemon, we just spoke about. And then frankincense, which if you bought a kit, you will have frankincense in that kit. If it's still in your box, you need to go and get it now. I'll give you 30 seconds. Get the frank out. Because often you won't understand how important frankincense is until you actually use it and you feel the benefits. And what I love about frank is it's amazing for improving your mitochondria, the cellular renewal, the cellular health, incredible. And also, ladies and gentlemen, amazing for skin. Yes, the frank is a genius. So please, 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 if it's still sitting in your box, shame on you, get it out. Any questions, anyone, so far? You're all so quiet. Well, that's because you're muted.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So on the frankincense,
Yes.
if you just have some other, I don't know, like face products, fairly neutral face products, is it still a benefit to add some of the frankincense to them, or do you need to actually have a frankincense cream specifically on its own?
Absolutely not. I mean, I think when I first got frankincense, I actually really didn't like the smell, which is why I didn't use it. And my girlfriend she has her own line of skincare. It's all organic. It doesn't last that long because all the products can only last, a couple of months. And she actually said to me, I'd like to buy frankincense from you because you need to read the research on its skin renewal and also for sunspots. So I pulled out that frankincense and I did exactly that, Jenny. I just put it into her moisturizer and added that in. We also have the wonderful Immortelle, which is a great roller of a number of great oils, and frankincense is the main constituent. But if you have frank in your little glory box. Just put it into the moisturizer. Brilliant.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so let's move along now to the next. One of your goals could have been that exercise and weight management was something that was really important to you. And so instead of sort of saying weight management, for me, I'm more about making you feel healthy and getting you to understand the benefits of movement and daily good habits. When you've got this, you will be at your optimum. When you're not adhering to these, it's sort of like a circle. You need to add everything so that then you can get the best out of your bodies. Again, we have the lifelong vitality supplements, mainly because you will start to feel a dramatic increase in energy. And a lot of people say to me, I'm too tired to exercise. I'm too tired because actually it's almost like you need to get started. I'm all about kinetic energy. To get things moving, momentum, you need kinetic energy. You've got to move. And that's what the lifelong vitality supplements do. They give you that beautiful base level. And Pete, you swear by that the lifelong vitality is really what got a little bit of fire in your backside.
So, I absolutely love the lifelong vitality. And if you ever go through Oil Camp, we do Oil Camp Part 2, which is all about different supplements. And I do a video, it's quite a long video, but it's 15 minutes, all on these three products. And there's a reason why this is the #1 selling product in doTERRA. It's because it just works. And doTERRA virtually guarantee it'll work.
Yes.
Because they give a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's the only product that they give a guarantee on. And Zosh is just showing that on the side of the box. So yeah, I absolutely love this. And anytime you want to sit down with me and talk about the supplements, I will, because I never believed in supplements at all. You know, owning an organic cafe, I thought you could get everything from the food that you eat, but you just can't. And there's so many gaps in people's nutrition. So happy to chat to you anytime, anybody about these supplements. I think they're amazing.
Exactly. And then the other thing that I find, it's quite interesting, Slim and Sassy, which is, different markets, it's called different. I think in Australia it's called Slim and Smart. The great thing about it is it's got cinnamon, lemon, grapefruit, ginger, and peppermint. So already those oils are starting to tell me that it starts to work on your gut health, on your body's ability to not crave sugar. And I think that's most people when they say to me, I really need to sort my weight, is usually it's because they're craving sugar. And so the oils support that really nicely. Grapefruit, I don't know if you remember, Helen, I'm sure you can remember the good old grapefruit diet back in the 70s, where people would have half a grapefruit in them, because the citrus really does suppress the need to have sweet. And actually, I think the great thing about the Slim and Sassy is it has got a citrusy, slightly tangy taste to it. So you'll find that over time, you decondition yourself to like sweet, which is, amazing. When you start exercising, I have so many clients who have all sorts of pain and issues. And the Deep Blue Rub, I've got to say, is a bit of a wonder rub. So if you've got that, you might not have actually the rub. You might just have, I'm searching for my oil. You might just have the oil, which is also amazing. So both of those products are incredible, and they can solve a lot of issues. Growing pains for children, even people who've got slight sort of arthritic pain in the evening, amazing to rub that onto your joints. I had a bit of a nasty accident last year, and I used a whole combination of things. Deep Blue, the next thing I'm talking about is copaiba and turmeric. I use those 3 oils and Frank to help me get through a bit of a tough patch injury-wise. And I've got to say the copaiba is my top 3 oil. And it comes as an oil, also comes in a soft gel, and it's basically a cannabinoid, which is quite similar, very similar chemical composition to CBD oil, but fraction of the price, and without the hallucinogenic effects of it. It works on immunity, but also is very effective at blocking pain. Another thing is very good, we'll talk about this a little bit in the next slide, is for stress reduction. Turmeric is also an incredible capsule that's available, and also an oil. And that may not have come if you just bought your box of 10. You're like, oh, I didn't get that. Don't worry, something to think about later down the track. But these are, for me, the sort of the top 5 things I would be thinking about, particularly because turmeric works to reduce inflammation. And the great thing about the turmeric in doTERRA is that you've got a herb and an oil. And if you've done any research on turmeric, you'll know that for turmeric to be effective, it has to be in an oily base for your body to be able to absorb it, which that's what it has with doTERRA. Amazing. Okay, let's have a look. Most people, particularly in these times, the reason why they reach to, or they start doTERRA, is because of the need to find a way to sleep and also to manage stress. And I think this is probably in the last 6 months or 7 months that we've now had this 2020, it's been the number one reason people are asking or reaching out for help. And again, your lifelong vitality supplements. But these oils are really super in helping to manage stress. Sleep, I think, is number one. If you're not getting any sleep, then you're going to be stressed. I have been working with a client at the moment, and she's had many issues, and she's averaging 3 hours a night. And it's interesting when we look at these oils. Most of you would have bought lavender. And lavender is an awesome start to helping you sleep, whether or not you use it topically or you diffuse it. Amazing. Sometimes you find that people need a little bit extra. So this is the thing that I often say to people is, if it doesn't work, like if you bought an oil and you thought, right, that's going to help me sleep, there are so many other oils that can help you in that facet. And you reach out to whoever, find out on the apps, whatever it is that you can help you, because there are many other oils that can support you in that area. For example, Serenity oil and also soft gels. Serenity is a combination of lots of different oils, vetiver in there. It's such a beautiful oil. I think I don't know how I got introduced to Serenity now, but I started with lavender, and then actually I think I used Serenity on my horse. I had a very anxious thoroughbred horse, and that's how I fell in love with balance and serenity. And I think I got them in a BOGO. So I actually stumbled upon them. If you don't know what BOGO is, sorry, I'm assuming that you would know. It's we have specials where you buy one oil and you get another one for free. We'll tell you about those, don't worry. But those oils are amazing. And actually they calmed my horse incredibly. He actually decided to choose balance. He loved the balance. And I would just dilute that oil and massage his neck before I rode him, just to get him to be super chilled. So these oils are incredible. Copaiba, which I just spoke about before, is also very, very, very good in being able to reduce anxiety and stress. Incredible oil. And the new range that came out, it's not new now, my goodness, it was last year it came out, 1 year. But this little baby, Adaptive, incredible. I've got to say, it's probably taken me 6 months to love it. I love the oil, and now the capsules are incredible. They have an amazing ingredient called GABA, and we will talk about that a little bit later, but this is fantastic in helping reduce anxiety. Very, very good. Okay, so any questions on this big area?
Yeah, sorry, can I just ask another quick one?
Yes,
on the Serenity, so it says about putting a couple of drops on the bottom of your feet at night. Why is that? What does that do?
Such a great question. Because on your feet, you have the largest pores. So the oil is absorbed a lot quicker. So if you really need to get to sleep ASAP, I would do everything. I do feet, chest, lower back, and then diffuse as well. And if you really are, needing serious sleep, then you also take the soft gels, and then you will be out. Pete just showed me yesterday, he's got this incredible recipe for sleeping on his Facebook page. It is wonderful. So please stalk him and find that recipe, because I always say there's degrees. I always start with people, the simplest form. So we start with lavender, and then we might add the serenity. And if the serenity is not working, then I add vetiver. And then if that's not working, I add marjoram. So I have like the levels of hierarchy of need of getting the sleep. So Jenny, yes, put it on your feet. And I'm just going to chat to you very, very soon about how is even a better way, instead of just, it is a blend, serenity, but if you dilute it, it'll be even more effective.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. The last thing very quickly is reducing toxic load. So we have an incredible bunch of products that can really change your life in your home, particularly. So many chemicals that we are faced with, not only skincare and cleaning products, but everything that we use in our house can be changed to something a bit more natural. And we do have a continuing edge. Yes, Pete, do we still have that continuing edge on reducing toxic load in your house, in your home and in your family? So I'm going to leave the discussion to that stage so that we can run along and give you more information. Any questions on any of those products? Just to let you know that On Guard, for most of you, when you bought that first kit, when you've got that kit, On Guard is there to be used. Use it in everything. Clean the floors, diffuse it, get the whole house feeling fabulous. It smells like Christmas, but incredible components of On Guard that really are amazing to antibacterial and antiviral. Okay. So let's get cracking and let's talk about how can we use these oils. So I think if you did the basic essentials class with us, that you'll know that there are 3 ways that we can use the oils. So I think diffusing is definitely my most favorite way of using the oils, because I love aromatherapy, and I have been researching the aromatherapy for about 6 months now. I'm absolutely obsessed with how our mood can change by smelling something. But you know this already, right? What happens when you walk past the rubbish bin? You freak out, right? Like, oh, disgusting. What happens when you smell something beautiful? There's nothing better than smelling some lilies or some flowers or something like that, where you just think, oh my gosh, that makes me feel so good. So imagine you can do that every single day. You have, hopefully with your kit, you've got a little diffuser, and I have them now in every room of the house, because otherwise it's so annoying taking them out and carrying them from one room to another. So invest, take your time, invest. And actually, I have a little giveaway today for all of you that have joined today. I've got this great little book, which is Diffuser Blends. So if you send me a little message, I will send you this amazing book, little book, which has got so many great blends of essential oils to put in your diffuser. So that's tonight's little giveaway. There are so many combinations. I'm just going to share with you what I do at the moment. I've got 2 kids who are homeschooling. We're not able to go back to school till maybe the end of September. And what I've done is I put a diffuser in each of their rooms, and I have got them to set up their own diffuser in the morning before their school starts. So they go in, they fill their diffuser up with the water, and they put in whatever oil they feel that they've connected a bit, to that day or the day before. And what we've found that's been really great has been peppermint, wild orange, and a touch of vetiver, surprisingly. Doesn't put them to sleep, it just sort of grounds them. And any sort of woody things, really have woody oils help to ground as well. There was a great question, Jenny, when you asked about the diffuser, whether you should clean it in between putting the drops of oils in. I do think you should. I think depends on where it is. For example, my sleep diffuser is in my bedroom, so it'll only ever have sleeping oils in there. So I don't, I clean it to make sure that it doesn't have any film in there, but I usually will just use those specific oils in there. When you first start, you only have one. So please, every 2 weeks, I would definitely give it a good clean. Any questions on the diffuser? No? Okay. And at night, please go for gold. Use whatever you can to get yourself to have a beautiful, restful sleep. I would usually put the diffuser on maybe like an hour before you go into your bedroom. a lot of people ask me, do you keep the diffuser on all night? So actually for my children, I don't. I do 2 hours. So I set the diffuser on, or maybe 3 hours, depends on what time I go to bed. When I go in to just check on them, I turn it off. So, but sometimes you can, you know, a lot of that diffuser that we've got, the Lumo, I think it's 10 hours that it can, you know, run. Amazing. Okay. So we are going to start using these oils, aren't we? Many of you have already used them, but this one, I think lemon, which is in everybody's kit, is a great way to get you started. You know, you can put this in your water. I've got to tell you a little story. My daughter, she's 10 years old. And this morning, in her break, she came downstairs and she said to me, would there be anybody in the world who actually doesn't like drinking water? I thought, oh, I felt so proud. I thought, my goodness, I've trained her well to drink water. And I said, I reckon half the world, or maybe 3/4 of the world, does not like drinking water. And most people, not most, but many people drink sodas, or they'll drink other waters with flavoring because they actually don't like the taste of water. So for people who don't like drinking water, it's a great way to get them started is with the essential oils. I like to put the oil into a glass personally, only because we have a few water bottles that we rotate with the entire family. So if I put a lot of oils in one drink bottle, sometimes I get a little bit of a bad rap from my children or my husband. He's like, what has been in here? So, you know, it's up to you. But of course, the glass is a brilliant way to be able to have that every morning. Set yourself into a good habit. Have a couple of drops of lemon in your water. You can also use your citrus, like your wild orange as well. Use small amounts of oil often. So I think this is a very good tip for me was don't overuse in one setting because your body absorbs the oils and uses them very quickly. So if you use lots of them, if you use a large amount at one particular time, you probably won't absorb as much as you'd like to. So use a little bit and then often through the day. And here's so you might want to just screenshot this. This is a great guide for how much oil you should ingest. If we have a look aromatically, there is no limit to that at all. Internally, we say 2 to 4 drops, ideal amount, and in a 24-hour maximum, 12 to 24 drops. And that's actually a lot of drops. So if you were taking the supplements and you were ingesting them, that is a lot of drops to be taking. And I'm sure that most of us would not probably take that many drops. And if you look at a child, I would always reduce everything. But like with anything, you know, I always start small and see how the body reacts to it. How do you feel? You know, you can look at this chart and you can say, okay, I should have this many drops. But you should take it and then actually take note of how your body feels after you take it, and then see whether or not you need to add more, you need to add less. Any questions on that? So if you look at topical, 3 to 6 drops, and then the same sort of 12 to 36. I think it's fantastic. I would always, with children, start with a lot less, because some of the oils are very, very strong and are what we call hot oils. So for example, oregano is a very hot oil. And so I would use a very small amount of that. And that brings me to the next section is, do we use the oil just as is, which is undiluted, or do we add a carrier oil? So a carrier oil is something that simply carries the oil. It spreads it across a greater surface area. So generally speaking, I think that using the oil diluted, even though it makes you think, oh, I'm making it less strong, actually you're not. You're allowing it to have a greater absorption and greater surface area. So Jenny, when you just asked me, should I put Serenity on my feet? Absolutely, but put the carrier oil with it as well, because then also you can add some massaging in with that as well. And you know, I think it's beautiful when you can massage somebody. My husband's always asked me to massage his feet before bed. It's like, oh, I haven't got time for that. Massage your own feet, for goodness sake. And but it's such a lovely gift to give somebody, right? Even children, to rub their backs before they sleep. So the carrier oil allows you to get that surface area greater. Here's a great little look at that. No dilution. Can you see how the oil sits on the top of the surface of the skin? And then with the fractionated oil, it's able to be absorbed down into the tissue and into the fascia, into the muscle, and then into the system a lot more effectively. And I think I've been using oils now as my perfume, and I'm absolutely obsessed with bergamot at the moment. And sometimes in the morning when I rush out, I just put a couple of drops on my hands and then I just rub it on my neck. Then actually, if I made a roller, it would be far more effective, and then I could put it on my wrist. The other thing, just speaking of citrus, is just do be careful with some of the oils, because some of the citrus oils are photosensitive. So bergamot actually is not photosensitive. However, some of them are, and so do take care when you're using them topically. Any questions on this dilution? Everybody's so quiet.
Eddie, what was your question just then about coconut?
I was just saying that I really don't like I just really dislike the smell of coconut.
Oh,
And so what else could you use as a carrier oil?
Yeah.
such a great question, because I agree. Coming from Australia, my mum used to use reef oil, which is like SPF 2. So that smell of coconut always reminds me of her burning herself on the beach. It stresses me out. So actually fractionated coconut oil is brilliant, because they take away the coconut smell and they take away the sliminess of the oil.
Okay.
So it's actually really lovely to use on your skin. Sometimes I just use it as a moisturizer, and then you can just add some of the oils to it. It's beautiful. So doTERRA does sell the fractionated coconut oil, and it's a wonderful carrier oil. But you can use many other coconut. You can use jojoba oil, you can use avocado oil, whatever suits you. But yes, doTERRA sells that as well, which is wonderful. And
Okay,
then
thank you.
welcome. And then you can also, if you can have a look there, you can just, I always find when I first started using the oils, I had the fractionated coconut oil, and then I had that on my palm, and then I was adding the oils. It was very messy, and I took too many lids. So please purchase a little pump, and that will help you just pump that oil, and then you can add your whatever oil of choice to that. Great. Which brings me to the fabulous roller bottle. So these little roller bottles, I love making them for my clients. I love giving them as gifts. I did a batch last Christmas, people probably remembered. I think I did maybe 200 for my neighbor's Christmas presents to her staff, and I made beautiful labels, and I loved making them. And I created my own blends. So I was like, you know what? She works in a creative sort of environment, so I made creative blends, motivation. It was such a beautiful gift, and so many people gave me amazing feedback from those oils. So topical use, which we've just been talking about, if you're thinking about the ratio, if you have a look at that chart there, less than 2, 1/10 of your roller bottle should be essential oil. And again, I really want you to make sure that you check the kind of oil that you're using. So if I'm using, let's say, peppermint and wild orange, say for a child, peppermint's so strong. So less is more, always. Then you've got 2 to 6 years, 1/4 of your roller bottle should be essential oil, and then 6+ should be 1/3. And then, there's certain oils. If you, for example, for immunity, you might have like what we call a flu bomb. And so you will do maybe even 10 to 15 drops of 5 oils in there, and then add the fractionated coconut oil. There you go. Oh, that's what used to be called flume, frankincense, oregano, on guard, lemon. I forgot the lemon, and it was tea tree. Sorry, it was melaleuca, but now it's tea tree. That's our flu bomb. But it's so fantastic to have these. I have these everywhere, in my handbag, in corners of the house. Use them as perfumes, use them as immunity. Great to roll everywhere. Questions, dear friends? So where do you get these little roller bottles from? So you can actually buy them on the doTERRA website. I hunt these down everywhere. I look on Etsy, which has got some great ones, and I also on Amazon. So Find them wherever you can. If you don't have the nice pretty little labels, you can use those little stickers that I showed you before, because sometimes you make these beautiful labels and they say create, and then you can't remember what's inside. People go, I love that smell. Yeah, I've got no idea what was in there. So make sure you write them down so people know exactly what's in there and you can replicate them easily. Such a beautiful gift to use and so wonderful. Okay, moving along, my dear people, I'm conscious of our time. So now hopefully you've got, your oils, and if you've bought the supplements as well, you don't have to go nuts. So sometimes you might think, oh my gosh, when do I time everything? There's so many things to take. When do I take everything? Seems to me like it's a full-time job using the oils and taking the supplements. Make it easy for yourself. Start slow, keep the oils out. Have your, I think what's fantastic is to have a little bowl of your supplements nearby, whether or not it's near the coffee, the water jug where you make your tea, something so that you see them. Because if you see them, you go, I need to take those. Fabulous. I know some people have these little boxes of their vitamins so that when they go to work, that's my husband, he's very, very organized, and he has rows of everything that he needs to take. Often he'll say to me, can you please, tell me what, he's now getting up at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's not just because he needs to take the oils, but he says, it takes so many minutes to get everything, into my system. So he's my best student, my star student. Make it a ritual. This is how you get success. Make a ritual. Use everything. And then hopefully when you've used all your products and your oils, you need more. And this is where doTERRA is amazing. I think of the program that doTERRA has. If you've joined doTERRA, amazing. And the next step is to go into what we call a loyalty rewards program. And sometimes you might think, oh, I don't know what I would order because I already bought a 10-pack of oils. But actually, think of the products that you can replace, like your cleaning products, your toothpaste, hair products, all of these things that are natural that you can order every month. And by doing so, you will earn points. And I have my dear friend who is an expert in LRP, loyalty rewards. Pete, can you fill everybody in on what goes on and how can we get points and free oils? I want free oils.
Absolutely. So I guess in the beginning when I started with doTERRA, I didn't understand this whole LRP thing. And a lot of people get confused with it. So with doTERRA, there's 2 ways to order, just to keep it really simple. And in the top right-hand corner, you can see there, you can order standard, which just means you open up your cart, you choose an item, you pop it in there, and you ship it, like any kind of shopping. LRP stands for the Loyalty Reward Program. And I think of it like it's a frequent flyer program with Airplane. And you need to opt into that, the same as you need to opt into a frequent flyer program. You can take the flight and not redeem points, or you can take the flight and redeem points. So Loyalty Reward Program is the way that you save points, and you also can redeem points. So that's the difference there. And I'm going to put some notes in here now. I hope this copies and pastes. I'll see if this goes in. Yeah, so you may want to copy that out there, guys. There's quite a bit of information in there. But basically, when you're on the LRP program, there's a section in there that says you start at 10%. Thanks, Josh. So start at 10%, which means every time you place an order, you'll receive 10% back in doTERRA dollars or in points, depending on which language you want to use. So if I placed an order for 100 points or 100 PV, usually one product will add up to the same amount. So if it's a $20 oil, it'll add up to 20 PV or 20 points, yeah? And so if I place a 100 PV order, then I will receive 10% back on that order. So you can see at the top there. Then after 3 months' time, that 10% increases to 15% if I'm continually placing a monthly order. That 15% will then jump to 20%, to 25%, and all the way to 30%. So I know myself and Zosh and a couple of others on here, Tiffany. So once you've been ordering continually for some time, I think that's what, 13 months, then you'll receive 30% loyalty points back. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know any other program that gives 30% back. I don't know any shopping loyalty program that does that, any frequent flyer program that does that. So 30% back. Now, the way to keep this going, down the bottom, you can see that LRP little graph. You need to order at least one product each month, just one product. Now, every month, you're not ordering the same products. You can if you want, but your kit and your cart is totally customizable. So you can jump in there into your office. It's all like Amazon shopping. Change the cart up depending on what you want to add in there, whatever you want to take out. So some months, if your finances are a little bit better than others, you may want to have a larger order. Other months, like this has been a tricky year for a lot of people. And so you can reduce your LRP order right down. Now, you need to have one product in there to maintain your loyalty reward program, your percentage points, which is at 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, yeah? So if you order more than 50 points, 50 PV, you will actually gain extra points, yeah? So the notes on the side, I don't want to confuse people too much, but what I want you to know is that there's two ways to order. One is a standard order, put it in your cart and order it and pay for it. That way you don't get points, or you can opt into the LRP program. But do cut and paste the notes that I just put there. If you want them, I can send them to you individually as well. But that's a nice little representation of what an LRP program is. Every class that we do in this 8-week series, we're going to go over this LRP again. So over the couple of weeks leading up, it'll start to sink in. And if you're anything like me, it took a few goes for it to sink in. So please ask any questions.
Also me too. Yeah, I mean, I think it was explained and I watched things, and actually only now when I, go to order, it's so exciting. I think I had so many points accumulated that I never knew that I could use the points. I was using the dollars, but I didn't know I could use points. I think, Pete, you said to me, oh my gosh, you can get so many free oils. Of course, then I did. It was wonderful. And so it pays to sort of stick with it. And for me, it was a big thing to change shampoo and body wash and toothpaste, and those are my stock standard, and I just fill the house up with those. I have the On Guard cleaner, that concentrate cleaner, and that's it. That's all I use. But I use 2 of those a month, and so that brings every month my value up to 125 PV, which then every month I get a free oil, which is fantastic. So it's a super perk and a super bonus. So if you are not on LRP and you're interested, don't worry, we can help you, and also there's more to be learned every single time. Okay, just whiz through that. So this is a great little heading. Good health never goes out of style. This is your gateway to feeling fabulous. And, I think for me, health is something that you can take charge of. When you take charge of it and you realize that you are the one that's actually created the change, not anyone else, you've created this feeling, then it's very, very empowering. So for us, we say that we use the oils, we share the oils, and we teach others. And, for you at the moment, if you've just got your pack and you're using the oils and you're getting familiar, use them, get so comfortable. And then if you think there's somebody, I think, who might be able to benefit with this, tell people about it. I'm forever telling people about everything that I love and that I'm using. And the plus side with doTERRA is that they reward you. One of the things that I loved about doTERRA was I was able to benefit from sharing with people. And this is, amazing for me, because in the fitness industry that I've been in, I've shared everything. And you sometimes you get back something, sometimes not. And I think this is amazing with doTERRA. They're extremely giving. So please tell everyone about it and help people. That's an amazing gift that you can give. And then, like some of us, is that we love teaching others. So if you think starting to use these oils has become such a profound change in your life, then join us. Come on board. Come on board the oil wagon and teach everybody else and help people. And one thing I love is just, sometimes you can just think, if I think about all the people who I know who could benefit You know, for me, it was my mom, it was my brother, it was my friend, it was my neighbor. You know, I had a lady who came in today to grab some stuff, and my husband said, yes, the local village witch doctor. And I said, I'm just trying to help people. That's all it is. And it's actually so rewarding. So I'm sure that you can think now easily 10 people that you could help, that could benefit with it, with any of these oils or any of these products. And like I said to you before, when you start regularly ordering, then you can get your oils paid for, which is amazing. So if you give your friend a sample, something that you think helps you, then that could be a big deal for them. And then you tell them about the oils, tell them how to use them, and then hopefully, you know, they can benefit from the oils just as you have. So I'm going to stop there for a moment. Pete, maybe you can just stop recording.